Hello, hello! Today I'm going to show you how to use Claude to create beautiful slides like these. So Claude now has an extension that plugs directly into PowerPoint. So if you have PowerPoint from Microsoft, if you don't, you can get it for free. You can add this extension from here, and then it will open inside of PowerPoint. I'll show you what that looks like. So here's what I'm going to show you today. I'm going to show you the creation of this using this this text box here. So hope you like this video. At the end, I hope you can also create something like this. Just so you know, I have a prompt, like a cheat sheet, that you can use in order to create these. So you just drop it right into PowerPoint right here, and it'll do everything for you. So if you want that cheat sheet, check in the description and download it. But without any further ado, I will show you how to make all this stuff using Claude. I'll see you later. All right, let's go. So this is PowerPoint. Here is the Claude extension that I've installed. I'm going to click that, and it opens up this little kind of window here, kind of similar to something like Chrome or the other tools they have. In this, notice I'm using Opus 4.6, and it is beta. This is only accessible to Anthropic Max subscribers, which is $100 per month or $200 per month. So note that that's only for those. This is only for people like me. And then here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to paste this. So here's a Markdown document that should explain everything you need to know about the slides. I'm actually going to delete the images. I'll say also, I have put all the images on the first slide. So you can edit, crop, move those to be used. I don't know if this part's going to work, but what I'm going to do is I have all these images that I have also made for this PPT, PowerPoint. I'm going to put them all here. Let's see. Put them around like this, like this, like this. There we go. I don't know if this is going to work or not, but I'm going to put it here just in case. And I'm also going to, let's see, accept all edits. I'm also going to put in the Markdown document that I just mentioned. So click this, plus add files. Let's get it. It is in this folder. So right now I'm just selecting the Markdown document so it can be read by PowerPoint. There we go. So here we go. Here's the slide deck. So just a quick note, this is what it looks like. Actually, I'm going to make a note of this. So it's going to be a bunch of cards that I'm going to put onto X that is explaining my project. Okay. So in this document, it has all the different colors. It has kind of mock-ups for the cards. This is what it should look like. And I used Claude Code to create this, by the way. Let me show you that. So I used, oh, it's just a big black screen. I used Claude Code. It looked at my repo and it made this pitch deck for me. Okay, but I want to make a note because right now I've told it to do 16:9, which is not going to look good. So I will say, note, this part needs to be adjusted. I want you to actually resize these slide sizes to be something better to see on Twitter, not 16:9. And I'm just saying this because this is not going to look good on Twitter, right? It needs to be more of a vertical kind of box. So I want to note it here. So I'll say this stuff is not correct anymore. Actually resize the slide size. Okay, anyways, let's go. So I'm going to click accept all edits. It has now access to my slide deck, all these images, and I'm going to click go. And what it's going to do now is it's going to look at my PowerPoint, and it's going to be creating edits. Okay, so it says, first it's going to look for these images. Cool, so it's looking for these images here. And again, I don't know if it's going to be able to actually use these images, but I thought it'd be helpful to put them in here. In the past, I tried to drop these images in, and it wasn't able to use them. So I thought maybe putting them on the slide is better. There we go. I was able to see them. Good. Reset the slides. Cool. So I am going to let Claude cook, and I will show you the end result. Yeah, so I'll see you in a second. Okay, just before we get too long, you can see it started to edit these things. Let's see. it was able to, here's one image here, so it's able to see these images. It's starting to put these things into this shape here, which is correct, but I can also see that the slide is still the wrong size. So hopefully it's going to fix that later, but for now it's cooking and we should have 6 slides in a second, so let's let it do its stuff. Okay, so I actually just stopped it. It was doing some stuff. Let's review these because I can see that it did a good job, but it's not perfect. So the first thing that you see, obviously, right, is it's off to the side here. So let's just say feedback. I'll say, I stopped you because I think it would be helpful for me to give some feedback at this point. Okay, so yeah, the first thing I would want to tell it is, I can see that you put all the stuff on the left side of the slide. So it looks decent, but the actual slide size is wrong. I'm not going to bore you with all this writing, so let me write some notes and then we can check together. Okay, so I have some notes here. The first thing, like I said, was this sizing, so I have that note here. The other thing is it had issues with these images. So remember I said at the start I dropped all images onto that first slide. I was hoping that would work. It worked for the first slide, but apparently it's unable to copy images from slide to slide. So on all the slides that have other images, it's broken. Okay, so what I've done is I've actually dropped all the images on all the slides. And so what it can do now is just choose the one it wants and delete the other ones. It is smart enough to actually look at the image and know which one it wants, which is pretty cool. The other thing I told it was that it looks messy, right? So if you take a look at this, it's cool that it has all the right stuff in all the right places, but it looks messy and not polished. So I've told it to look at the text, look at the sizing. You see here, some things are like overlapping. So just note that as well. Placements, overlapping. So I've said the text vibes, the sizing, the effects, the placements, the overlapping, etc. Pretty much everything needs to be cleaned up, which is correct. It did a good job at actually pulling the information from my document. Oh, we just saw an issue there. It's actually .fun. It did a good job of pulling the information from the document, but it's the actual visual components of this is not good. So I have all that stuff. I'll also say something like, also, if you have any questions, ask those to me now. Yeah, let's go. So just to show you what I was talking about, I can see here it was trying again and again and again to move these images around. One thing that I thought was cool is it's actually running some code, right? It's not just moving things, it's creating like code in order to do this successfully, which is quite cool because I can't do that. Okay, so it's going to check these things, it's going to hopefully fix that, and I will show you the result. All right, so it's kind of done. Let's take a look at it. I'll go to presentation mode. Whoa, I don't know if that's a good way to view this. Let's just close that again. So let's just take a look at this. You can see that it has successfully kind of moved these things to the side. It didn't actually do the images, right? So I'm gonna have to do that manually. But for these ones, I put in the images and it looks decent. There's some space here that I don't really like. Some space here. But in general, it was able to take the content from my document, put it in the right place, and make all the kind of the objects, the boxes and stuff like that. It even made graphs and charts. So that's cool. I would say, just to wrap up this video, I would say that Claude extension is really good at setting everything up for you. I asked actually twice for it to polish these slides, and the second time it was able to like reduce this text. And so it can do things like that, like smart reduction of text, but it still kind of looks a bit janky, right? Like the font here is not so good. Yeah, it still has some issues here. But overall, it's good. The things that it failed at doing was resizing this slide, so it can't do that. If you're going to use this, you should resize first. It cannot do, it has a big issue with images, right? So I put all the images on the first slide, and I was hoping it could copy it over, and it failed at that. So images, you're going to have to do yourself. And in general, I think this is a good starting point, but you still have to go in and edit and clean up these things yourself. So that's my video. I hope it was helpful. If you guys have any questions, you can leave a comment. Oh, and also I have a document. So this document here, where is it? This guy here. If you want my prompt to create this, I'm going to share it at in the description. So go to that and download the document. It's going to cover the prompt you need to create all this stuff, which then you can drop into Cursor extension, and it'll make everything for you. So I hope you liked that video. Please like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.